You know, one of the things that you constantly talk about is that the problem centers in the mind, and that we're run by our past and we're controlled by our past. And I still forget that. You know, even in moments today, I had to stop. I talked to some people and thought, wow, and it triggered me, and I had to stop and think, "Well, this had nothing to do with this moment, but it had something to do with a while ago." And so, you know, I think it's taken me this long to realize that, you know, that I'm constantly living into my past, and that I don't have to be that way, you know, and being here in this moment is really when I'm free.
Right. There's another major area which I haven't really covered, and it's a very important area, and that is self-image, how we see ourselves, well, how you view your body. Now, it's a very common behavior and pattern in our life. If say, for example, and I've worked with hundreds of people, and it's a very common, let's say a woman or a male has been abused, physically, emotionally, or sexually abused. And one lady specifically, you know, she was dating this guy, and this guy is high in the government area, and she was dating him, and she was, I guess, not overweight. And then one date, he raped her. And from that moment on, she quit dating. She gained like 100 pounds. And because she used this weight to keep people away, so they won't find her attractive. So if inside you, you have this emotional stuff inside you, it will always keep the weight on, because what's driving it? Emotions. All right? Diets can never solve those emotions, because this is what happens. When you start losing the weight, the unconscious program kicks in and says, it's scary to be this weight. And then all of a sudden, it tells you, eat pie, eat cake. It'll sabotage that. So this area here must be addressed also. Now, some of you, I realize I don't want to go there. I don't know how to deal with it. Guys, you can hear somebody's voice right now who's an expert at going in and cleaning that up. I can help you clean it up, and when we're done, when you go back to it, it will not bother you. And I have proof. I have people who are in the class who I've helped with many major emotional things, and they're free. As a matter of fact, you can go back to it, it doesn't bother you, because we changed it. So if it's big for you, guys, call me. I am worth my weight in gold. If he was 180 pounds, how much would that be in gold weight? That'd be a lot of money, wouldn't it? Now, honestly, guys, if you release that emotional stuff there, the changes in your world will be astronomical. It will truly, truly change your life. Now, here's something I want you to be aware of. If you tuck it and pretend like it's not there, guess where it's at? Still there. And you know, no matter how much you eat, how fast you run, how deep you swim to the bottom, wherever you go, it goes with you. So if you get rid of it, you go in, you feel it, and you release the emotional charge, you're truly free. All right. Now, that's a major emotional deal. I think even Randy mentioned, he said, you know, after I divorced, I didn't care. I just didn't care. I ate, and I ate, and I ate, and I ate. Didn't you, Randy? Just share what you shared with me.
I just told him that when I got divorced, I gave up. It was a wall to keep people away from me. I got up there about 240 pounds. It's almost size 42 jeans. It was something to keep people away from me.
You ate whatever you wanted?
I ate whatever I wanted to eat. I eat a whole cake in one sitting. And now it doesn't affect me that way anymore.
Again, how many of you read the book Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now? I highly recommend the book. It's very good. Because what is real? Right now. What can mess up your right now? Your past. So what if you have this great ability to release your past? Who becomes free? You do. Isn't that awesome? So what we want to do is discover how to release the past, learn how to love ourselves in a grander way, which is the grandest way of loving yourself is not only honoring what you hold within you, but releasing and letting go of anything that creates internal conflict, resistance, anger, frustrations, rejections, abandonments, betrayals, hopelessness, helplessness, no control, anger, rage. Anything else we can think of? When you release the negativity within you, you'll naturally find peace, personal power, and real control. That's what you want. So, again, this is a process. Now, guys, if you use the tapping in the class, you leave it in the class and you go home, you get what you get in the class. But I recommend tapping until the day you transition to the next world. That means even while you're on your deathbed, release and let it go, 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 release and let it go. One thing that tapping will not do, and it's never been able to do, is to affect what's going to happen in the future. But it will give you the ability to handle the future when it occurs, and you'll handle it in a more powerful, effective way. Does that make sense? And you will have opportunities to tap in your future, or not. Now, what happens if you don't tap when the things happen or the stuff hits the fan? If you don't tap, you'll have a tendency to use what you used to use, which never worked. And if you start using the old way of doing it, you're throwing it in the closet, and next thing you know, the doors are stuffed, stuff's falling out, hitting you in the head, and you're just feeling miserable for no apparent reason. Someone rang the bell, you're feeling bad. So what we're going to do is learn how to tap the rest of our life. Make sense? This is not something you try, it's something you'll do forever. And if you don't do it forever, you'll have a tendency to go back. So
it's been really good with the candy dish. I fussed at it the other day because she brought more chocolate in. And I was able to just stay away from it.
So is there still an emotional pull there?
None.
Seriously?
And I've been able to throw food away this week. Yeah, I threw it out.
So how'd that feel doing that?
Good. Yeah, well, I have a good coach, too.
She's tapped on you yet?
Yeah, we've been helping each other and
Now
talking
that's
to each other.
Now that's a good relationship. Somebody who loves you will tap on you.
Yeah, she's been telling me, throw it away. I did have to tap, yeah. She had some leftover dessert, and I wanted to finish her dessert. She said, no, you got to throw it out. So I had to tap on it all the way to the trash can.
Did you tap it until it's peaceful?
Yes, I did.
Very hard to do that.
Yeah, I did. I tapped till it wasn't bothering me.
That's good.
Yeah,
So that means you're in control of food now
yeah,
because it controlled you.
exactly. And now I don't feel like it loves me anymore. It doesn't love me anymore.
It doesn't even care for you, does it?
Doesn't even care for me.
Well, this seminar, I was trying to do a yeast cleanse, and I've been trying to do, I don't know if you guys know what that is, but, and I have not been able not to eat sugar or bread. And I don't eat that much, but it's just kind of like, well, no, I've got to have it, and I just wasn't willing to give it up. And I was able to start a few days ago, and I have no major cravings. And so that was just phenomenal. And one of the things that I wasn't willing to give up is my ice cream with chocolate, that was dipped on it. I think it was Sue's fault. No, it wasn't. But she was like, we were partners in crime on this little thing. And so I brought the ice cream and chocolate, and I just thought, I'm going to just rebel, and I'm just not going to give this up. In fact, I was going to eat the whole thing before I got here. And I thought, no, I'll just save just a little bit, and then because I really didn't want to give it up. And so then I went ahead and came in here and did it, and I thought, no, I'm going to hold on to this one forever. And so then the next morning, and so, it was kind of tasting okay, just a little waxy taste to it. And I thought, geez. And then I woke up the next day, and it was just like overwhelming sugar taste. It was just like, God, I don't ever want ice cream and chocolate again. And I thought, oh, how frustrating it worked. And, because I didn't want it to work. And, so you have to be really careful if you want to keep it. You don't want to tap. And so that was, that's a huge deal for me to be able to do that. And I don't know why. I think that, some past emotions, and that was the other thing. So I go down to Texas, and so I have this problem. Whenever I go into Texas, I have to stop at the Dairy Queen right when I get over the border. And so then on the way back too, it's like, okay, well, before I leave Texas, I better hit the Dairy Queen too, and so that's just a ritual of mine. And so I went to Texas this last weekend, and I had no desire to even stop at Dairy Queen. I was just like, wow, and so I really have no major food cravings, any, and which is really different. I've always been a compulsive, obsessive person on something, and now right now I guess I don't have any, but
That's
I know
interesting.
it's just a different way of being. I'm just real grateful that I've had the opportunity to continue to change. And I keep on coming back.